It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch coming at you right after the break. John Shelby with you alongside Chris Singleton. And we're just about set to get this wild card series underway, Siggy. Game one has outsized importance in a three-game set.
Yeah, Boog, it's a huge game. There's no doubt about it. Players are always talking about setting the tone in game one of a series. Well, in a three-game series, that might be the only tone that gets set. So this is no ordinary series opener.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill, the big righty, George Kirby. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Next to him, Diaz. Towards right center. That's well struck. That's back. Out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. And they slice into the lead. It's 4-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that was an impressive home run, Boog. He squared it out and knew it was gone.
One out, bases empty.
Double zero.
The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. Fought off foul.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
One out, bases empty, and a run in here in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. Going to count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ravens was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound.
No question did he earn that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the man.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now batting, the catcher, Perry. 4.
Joseph Ortiz steps in for the Royals. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Reaching for it, makes the catch. So no outs, runners at first and third. Swing and a high fly ball to left. He's got it. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and it's 6-5.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and nice job with the sac fly.
Diaz getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. Hit in the air, center field. Robert puts it away for the out. So the Kansas City Royals take game one of this wild card series. A huge win for them at hostile territory.
Yeah, they've still got their work cut out for them in this series, having to play on the road. But like you said, it's
from the home of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. We've got the American League Wild Card Series on the show. It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Seattle Mariners. Luke Shelby alongside Chris Singleton. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
absolutely, and it might seem like there's not as much pressure if you've already got a win in game 1, but they're dying to close this series out right here and now. The last thing they want is to lose the momentum and go into a do-or-die game 3. That's a lot of pressure.
Sometimes it feels like every game in a 3-game series is do or die. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set. Starting on the mound in this one, Garrett Crochet. What's the scouting report on him?
Trying to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
And that is out of play. Line to left. Veerland snags it for the second out.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And a foul ball. The 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Brings it in, and that's the third out. So the batting order turns over. And we're back. Now the first baseman, Diaz. Baz back to work. That one ripped. That's back. His second homer of this series. It's 4-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Pitchers are taught to keep the ball down so that you don't get hurt. But unfortunately on that one, he made a pretty good pitch in terms of location, but it was just a better swing.
And here's the first baseman, Diaz. He's already homered in this game. And here we are, ninth inning, elimination game, and they're trying to keep their season alive. They need him to get on base.
Yeah, that's the key. You get on base, you divide that attention a little bit of the pitcher on the mound, and maybe the next hitter gets a mistake and hits it a long way.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And this is inside. Fouled off left side.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through that one.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Up the middle, and that chance handled. On to first, one up, one down.
That play won't be trending on social media.
So bases all loaded up. Ryan Bliss up next for the Mariners. The Ends down to their final strike. That's the third. Ortiz. Ball game. They win the series and punch their ticket to the American League Division Series. So the Kansas City Royals sweep this wild card series with back-to-back wins on the road. And they can now shift their focus to the division round.
Well, hats off.